Hello everyone, welcome to today's Learn English with Tony. I'm Tony. Today I will lead you into the world of advanced English reading. In this short lesson, I'll give you a detailed explanation of the grammatical structure inside a sentence. I'll tell you what these structures are called and what they mean. A sentence we're going to study today comes from the page 40 of Cambridge IELTS Book 7. The title of this article is Why Pagodas Don't Fall Down. Well, let's start learning right away. However, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you won't miss the colorful and comprehensive English learning program that follows. The sentence to be learned today is in a land swept by typhoons and shaken by earthquakes, how have Japan's tallest and seemingly flimsiest old buildings, 500 or so wooden pagodas, remained standing for centuries? First, let's learn the new words and phrases inside. Number 1. Sweep. Sweep means to move suddenly and or with force over an area or in a particular direction. Its past tense and past participle are swept and swept. Number 2. Typhoon. Typhoon means a violent tropical storm with very strong winds. Number 3. Earthquake. Earthquake means a sudden, violent shaking of the Earth's surface. Number 4. Seemingly. Seemingly means in a way that appears to be true but may in fact not be. This is an adverb that is used to modify verbs, adjectives, or adverbs. This is very important to pay special attention to. Number 5. Flimsy. Flimsy means thin and not strong enough. In the sentence, just remove the letter Y at the end of this adjective and then add the superlative adjective suffix est to form the superlative form, indicating the weakest. And combined with the adverb seemingly, mentioned just now, that is, let the adverb seemingly modify the adjective to express the concept of seemingly weak, but not probably. Number 6. Pagoda. Pagoda means a religious building in South or East Asia in the form of a tall tower with several levels, each of which has its own roof that extends beyond the walls. Number 7. Remain. Remain means to keep. Please note that in English, the verb remain is the same as words such as keep, look, sound, smell, taste, and so on. They are used with adjectives to form the structure of subject plus be plus predicative. They are to some extent the same as the most commonly used verb be. The only difference is that using the verb be only expresses a state that can be continued, while using remain or keep can not only express a continuous state, but also express the meaning of the remain or keep itself. Number 8. Century. Century means 100 years. Number 9. Or so. Or so is a phrase meaning about or approximately. Number 10. For centuries. For centuries means for several hundred years. In English, The preposition for can be used with any noun that expresses time to mean to last for a certain period of time. Number 11. Wooden. Wooden means made of wood. But please note, we can say a wooden table or a wooden pagoda, but we can't say a wooded table or a wooded pagoda because in English, the adjective wooded means to be covered with trees. Now, let us analyze the grammatical structure of this sentence in detail. At the beginning, through the prepositional phrase in a land, we can know that the first half of the sentence is an adverbial of place. That is to say, it is to tell us where the subject does something in the whole sentence. However, this adverbial of location does not seem to be that simple, because there is a parallel structure behind it. That is, swept by typhoons and shaken by earthquakes. So, what is the function of this structure? Please listen carefully. This is a very important grammatical phenomenon. In English, when the relative clause or attributive clause uses the passive voice, we can remove all the relative pronouns such as which, who, or that, and subject and auxiliary verb be in this clause should also be removed, and then use the remaining part to replace the relative clause. This grammatical phenomenon is called the reduced relative clause. If this structure were restored to the relative clause, it should be like this. In a land which were swept by typhoons and which were shaken by earthquakes, blah blah blah. And please notice that in this case, the typhoon and earthquake happened at least 2 times respectively because both of them are in plural forms. So, can everyone understand it better now? Well, now for the latter part. Since this sentence is asked with the special interrogative adverb how, we should know 2 things. First, this sentence is a special interrogative sentence. What it wants to ask is the way in which the subject does something. Second, since it is an interrogative sentence, we should know that the subject and the predicate verb are reversed. Therefore, if you think it is too long to understand, we can restore the reversed subject and predicate to the declarative mood. In this way, we can easily identify their tenses and even their meanings. We can easily find the auxiliary verb have and the past participle remained just after the subject, Japan's tallest and seemingly flimsiest old buildings, 500 or so wooden pagodas, so that we know that the original sentence is in the present perfect tense, indicating that the action started in the past and has continued to the present when this sentence is said, emphasizing a certain profound influence on the present. As for standing after the past participle remained, it must be a present participle formed by the verb stand plus 1 adjective suffix ing. Please note that the present participle is actually 1 adjective. In this way, Japan's tallest and seemingly flimsiest old buildings, 500 or so wooden pagodas, have remained standing is a complete sentence structure of subject plus be verb plus predicative. A final noteworthy issue is that, in English, anything separated by 2 commas or 2 dashes is called parenthesis, whose purpose is to complement the content that precedes it. This is the case with 500 or so wooden pagodas in this sentence. By now, I believe you can fully understand the meaning of this sentence. That's it for today's class. See you next time. Bye-bye.